freedom for all.
Radio for all.
You are now live with the Humble Prince on Sahara FM Radio. Yeah. Yep, and we're back live with the Humble Prince on Sahara FM Radio. Thank you all for tuning in, getting all your tweets and WhatsApps and all that, and Facebook messages. Appreciate the listening. Again, I want to say that tonight's show is brought to you by Vibesland Entertainment presents Basket Mouth in New York City, June 27th. Go to their website, www.vibesland.com, for more information and get your tickets now because they're selling out. I'm going to be hosting the event. I don't want to say it's because I'm hosting the event that the tickets are selling out, you know, Basket Mouth, but I'm sure I have something to do with it. Otherwise, they wouldn't have asked me to host. They need it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So right now, like I told you guys, we've been having a contestant every week for the Miss Nigeria USA pageant that's taking place on May 23rd at the Alvin Ailey Theater. Go to MissNigeriaUSA.com for more information. This is a show you don't want to miss. And we just so happen to have another contestant in the house. And representing Ogun State is the beautiful Ade Adeniji. Yeah. Ade, welcome to Live with the Humble Prince. Yeah. I thought she was going to say thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for having me.
I was going to ask, are you really from Ogun State, though? You know, now we're finding out that we have like infiltrators and stuff like that.
It's not infiltrating. It's to promote diversity and to encourage and to embrace the idea that, you know, we're not just from where we're from. We're all Nigerians.
Well, that's very true too. I didn't really get that relevance until you told me that. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, so I asked her. So you are from Ogun State, right?
Yes.
I am. You know, unfortunately, I acknowledge that tribalism is an issue, but I happen to represent Ogun State. I love all the states of Nigeria, but I'm a very proud Egbalian girl.
Nice.
Ooh,
yes.
Wow, fantastic. So, so tell us about the Miss USA Nigerian pageant. What does it mean to you?
The Miss Nigeria USA pageant is something that's very near and dear to my heart. What its significance to me is empowering women through education, which is definitely something that I believe in. I spent 5 years as a high school teacher, and so education to me is a vehicle for literacy. It's a vehicle for social, economic, and cultural advancement. And I think that being given the opportunity to represent such a prestigious platform would just be an opportunity to advance the platform and to advance my belief in the platform.
Nice, fantastic. I want to say she was good stuff. You were a teacher for 5 years.
I know, right?
How did your students concentrate?
Out of control.
Yeah, because I am glad you were sitting down doing this interview because.
What grade were you teaching? Maybe they're like the 5th grade.
What grade were you teaching?
High school.
High school? Oh, God damn it. Oh my God.
Well, you look fantastic. I think that's what we're trying to say. You do.
I gotta say, man, I'm so glad you were doing this interview sitting because if guys in the studio, man, I'm sorry.
I want whatever she has going on. Okay, I want it.
This girl walked in and I said, "Father, forgive me for my sins."
I was like, "Father, forgive me for my sins.
Forgive me for my thoughts." Joy, come on, man. If you know the contestants are gonna be looking like this, man, let me come on, man.
Nah, she looks fantastic.
Let me judge the swimsuit edition.
So beautiful. I must say, I was going to ask, is there any criteria, like what minimum criteria does one have to accomplish to be able to actually join
the pageant?
Right, exactly.
First you gotta look good, first of all.
Right, I would imagine.
Yeah.
You know, I do think that beauty comes from within. I think that if you don't have
within where
a beautiful personality, can make anyone unattractive.
Absolutely.
You know,
man,
absolutely.
The way you look, man, you can have an attitude that stinks to high heaven.
Well, you know what? You look like you're a very
me.
nice person too.
I don't
mind him.
I don't care
wrong
about
with him? You are out of control.
I don't care about the beauty within right now, man. All that stuff. That's just stuff for Facebook, man. I'm talking about real life stuff right here.
Yeah,
Sorry,
guys are pretty visual, aren't they?
Yeah.
We appreciate aesthetics. I mean, exactly. Yeah,
until she's crazy, or until she domestic abuses you. I mean, not taking it lightly, but you know, you get my point. Or she turns crazy on you.
All you women that say you're beautiful within, man, still work on your outward appearance is important. Men, we like that. Don't just be beautiful on the inside.
I agree.
We want to see, man. We're visual creatures. Nah, I'm just but you are fly. You look fine, babe. Straight up, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So how was it walking up the street though? You must have stopped traffic.
You
right
are
quick.
out of control.
Okay, now let's get back to that.
We're not going to go ahead and curb you some more. Yeah, go ahead.
So one question. I
was wondering what the criteria, like, is there a minimum criteria? Like, do you have to have any kind of college education? Like, what criteria is it to be able to get into the pageant world?
Yeah. Well, I think the majority, if not all of the girls, are college educated, in college, or have completed some sort of formal education. Okay. I personally am credentialed in California and New York City to teach high school. Nice. With my master's in education.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Very sexy.
And I know. Thank
Brains
you.
and beauty. I'm just saying.
I want to go back to high school if you're teaching.
Out of control. You're not allowed to say that.
Definitely. And something I wanted to speak on specifically is the criteria for the girls to enter the pageant, especially physically. What I really appreciated about Joy's vision and the Miss Nigeria USA organization is that there is no standard. There's no prototype or specific, outer appearance that is acceptable or not acceptable as juxtaposed to other pageants. But they embrace curves. They embrace skinny women. They embrace all shapes and sizes from Africa.
Hallelujah, Jesus.
Yes, and I just really
Joy,
appreciate
big shout out to you, man. Yeah.
But I would imagine you have to be somewhat, because you look fantastic.
Thank you.
Earlier you said you were representing the thicker girls. Yeah, you might be thicker, but you're curvaceous, like proportioned. Exactly. So I mean, I would imagine that would probably be important, right? It's not like you can't just be like loose-bodied, kind of biggish. No, yes, no.
I think that is such an important distinction to make, because some girls think that having curves means letting go, and that everything is acceptable, including like eating whatever size, as long as I have curves. I think prioritizing health is essential. I think prioritizing a healthy eating habit, healthy lifestyle is essential. So no matter what shape or size you are, you have to be healthy within in order to exude beauty without.
Okay.
She's ready. This is like she is so pageant ready, asking all the questions and everything, man. So let me ask you, man. These are just standard questions. Big shout out to the homie CCATL. She's the one that helped me out with these questions. Cause what do you see yourself in 10 years from now?
Wow. In 10 years, I see myself owning my own law firm. I see myself hopefully opening a school, either in Egbaland and naming it after my late grandfather, Chief Peter Olainkide Sogbeshon, who was very pivotal and essential in the development of Egbaland and Abeokuta. I also see my 3 business ventures expanding and growing and becoming more lucrative, and I see myself taking care of my mother and my father.
Okay, no wedding bells?
I have to say, I do appreciate. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing if you had put that on there, but you didn't. I wonder how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Sure, I'm in my mid-20s.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
When it comes to things like love and romance and relationships, I don't worry about my biological clock, because I serve the author of time. I serve a God that can stop, rewind, pause, fast forward. And that's actually something that I took from one of my favorite poets. So my response to that is God willing, and may God's will be done.
Damn,
I love it.
This girl's ready, man.
I know, I love it. Yes, good stuff.
So you know what? I'm gonna say, man. I know, the whole biological clock thing and everything, but you don't want to wait too long either, man. Don't listen to these women that say there's nothing wrong with still being single in your late 30s.
It doesn't sound like 40s. She said she was waiting. I think she just said it sounded like she just wasn't pinpointing, because if it doesn't happen in 10 years, then it becomes like I failed. But she didn't fail.
You're a Nigerian woman. You know how they're gonna look at you. They're gonna think something's wrong with you.
Yeah, but that's. I am
that's what happened to those women that's still single in their 40s and their 50s.
I understand. Yeah. There's something to be said. I really appreciate traditional gender roles. I do. I appreciate that women are expected to clean and cook, especially within our culture. It's beautiful. There's a hidden strength in that. But at the same time, I feel like God's purpose for every individual on earth is to fulfill their individual potential. And we were brought into the earth by ourselves. So we're going to leave the world by ourselves. And if God chooses to put you with a certain companion, then may God's will be done. But I don't think anything should be forced or...
Yeah, you sound like you're a real strong believer in God.
Very much so.
I don't blame you, man, because he spent a lot of time creating you. He went into overtime.
It took a little extra time.
He sure did.
That is so nice to hear, though, I must say.
Definitely.
It's good stuff. Yeah, it's good to hear, only because, again, there's no pressure on you one way or the other. Because if you're not okay, you can't really be with anybody else. And that's part of what we're talking about. Some people are not okay. They're joining together, and then you have domestic violence.
Yeah, don't don't listen to all that stigmatizing, oh, she's still single. No, so some men, I have some boys, they're still single and they happy. They don't care.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't have any kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad you're embracing that mindset,
absolutely.
man. That's definitely good. So I wanted another question I just wanted to ask you was, what do you think? So if you win the Miss title, let's stay with that. Let's go back personal. What's your ideal man? What's your ideal man look like? Because you're gonna have a problem.
What do you mean?
No, you're a fly woman, man. You must have everybody.
What do you mean gonna have a problem? She probably already has problems. She's just probably choosing to be focused.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's your ideal man like? Don't say humble prince either.
And does it have to be Nigerian? I'm curious.
It's so interesting. You know, I am open to a man that respects me and loves me for me.
Good.
It's called a sapio. I'm sapiosexual, which the formal definition is someone who finds the mind attractive.
We're right there with her.
I have two friends, Abiola and Folabi, man. There's no word that you could use tonight that I haven't heard from those two, because I saw you use juxtaposed together there. So the sapios, trust me, we're intellectual tools here.
Don't let our looks fool you.
Yeah. I went to college too. I graduated.
Of course.
Yeah, so go ahead, like you were saying. Right.
Yes,
so sapiosexual.
I'm definitely sapiosexual.
Right.
In terms of, I want a man that is entrepreneurial focused.
Right.
Someone who is...
Fellas, are you listening? It's because of y'all asked this question, yo. Go ahead.
No, just someone, whether they work for an individual or not, I like an independent man whose career and job doesn't define who they are. Because oftentimes when men are going through financial or career issues, it's like they lose who they are as individuals. And that's also where Christianity and God comes in. Because if you know who you are and whose you are, and who you are defined as a religious and holy person, as opposed to just the titles you have, you never really lose yourself. You just go through phases and changes. And so a man who is religious, who shows me the devotion of Moses and the passion of Christ, and someone who is well defined in who they are as an individual, aside from their accomplishments, is someone that I'm interested in.
So right now that
tall order.
Yeah, that's a tall order. So let's just scratch out Nigerian man, because ain't no way we're like Jesus. I'll tell you that.
Actually, I think you guys are the closest reflection. I appreciate
Nigerian men.
Yes. I love my man.
I do love me some Nigerian men. I'm not gonna lie.
And
like,
they just came out.
My addiction. It's like not even
Nigerian,
right.
They just came out.
Well, you guys have so many issues.
Right. We sure do. They just came out with the sexiest men list, and Nigerian men were number 8. I think we should have been higher, way higher, but we'll manage number 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should have been.
That's rightly deserved.
Yeah. So let me ask you. So what does winning the title of Miss Nigeria USA mean to you?
Wow.
I just have to. I really, at this point, I'm just asking because I have to ask all the.
It's sure. Yeah. Winning the title to me would mean that I could serve, that I could be used as instrumental to the organization to spreading their mission and my mission of women empowerment and education. Right. When I was attracted to the most about this platform is their strong inclination to help individuals abroad, because as a first generation Nigerian, I'm fortunate enough to have received formal education domestically, but as a Nigerian by blood, it's more important to me, what do I do for the people struggling back home first, and then take care of who's struggling here. Absolutely.
Yeah, I've always said the best way to enjoy your success is to give back, and that's what I do. That's why that's why I hustle, so I could be successful, so I could give back. The humble prince, so like I said, do you have any other questions you want to ask?
No, I really don't.
Yeah, so one thing, I know we spoke about this, so one thing I've been trying to do is just to create awareness and education around domestic abuse and violence against women in Nigeria. I know it's all over the world, but like they say, charity begins at home, and I consider Nigeria my home, and I really want to start it there, because for the first thing, there's laws. There are no laws in Nigeria. You could just whoop a woman's ass and just get away with it. I mean, I get stories every day, people, so the one thing I want to do is just to create awareness. I'm not starting an NGO. I know a lot of you groups, you've been reaching out to me. I don't want your money. I might, if I get all that money, I might do something with it, because money corrupts. So, so it's just, so I talk about this on every show. I ask every guest. As a matter of fact, we're catering this show, our callback segment, to see how ways we could prevent domestic abuse, especially in light of what happened with this Nigerian woman that just killed her husband recently in Delaware. So what advice or what ideas do you have to see, would you like to share in ways we could combat domestic violence? And and violence against women. So here's the thing, though. Domestic violence is both ways.
Absolutely.
Let's just say, man. Yeah, some men have reached out to me and say their women's abused the hell out of their ass. And so we need to work both ways. So go ahead. What would you like to say about that?
You know, the interesting thing about domestic violence is that I think the most common identification or classification of domestic violence is physical, but there are actually 5 different types of domestic violence. There is physical, there's psychological, there's emotional, there's economic, and then there's sexual.
Sexual,
and
yeah.
I think
and
that
Nigerian women are notorious for that, even though the Bible says don't do that. It says it in the Bible.
Well, we can detect where you have your problem. What's going on?
No, I'm just saying. No, but no, that's what. No, it's a lot of people. A lot of people reach out to me with that.
It's true. Withholding, like if we were going to talk about sexual domestic violence, withholding sex or making your partner feel like sexually incapable is a form of abuse.
You got to give it up every day. We want it every day. You got to give it up.
Is that a form of abuse as well when he needs it every day?
No.
Maybe they're just hardwired that way.
Yeah, so I gotta give it. You don't look like the type that will deprive your man, would you?
You know what?
You remember you just said it talked about God. It's in the Bible, so yeah, I know what. Yeah.
For my man and my future husband, if God wills it, that's my man.
Yeah. You're gonna put it on him.
That's my man. I'm right there with you. You should put it on him. That is your man.
You will overfeed him, right? Trust me, you got enough to go around too.
Oh my gosh.
So go ahead, man. So like you were saying.
So, you know, that's one type of domestic violence that's overlooked because it is women against men. Right. Also economic domestic violence. Yeah. I think putting an individual in a position where they feel almost obligated to finance your expenses or else they don't feel worthy as a partner, that's definitely a form of domestic violence.
Because you get shamed for not being able to do that.
Yeah, and
that's on both sides.
I MC weddings, right? You know the first thing I told the husband? I hope you have a lot of money, especially with marrying a Nigerian. I'm just serious. And it's nothing wrong. Women love comfort. They want to be comfortable for themselves and for their children. And how can you attain comfort? Money. So I don't want to say that women love money. I'll just say they like comfort. So you better have a lot of money, man. Money problems is #1 reason for divorce.
I believe it.
Yeah.
And a phenomenon that I've seen in New York City is that there are a lot of women who actually financially support men. Right. And I think men also put women in a position to feel that they're not worthy if you can't support them. So I just think that
any man that does that is garbage. No, I don't think a woman should support a man. Here's how I see it, right? The man's money is to support himself and his woman. The woman's money is just to support herself. Trust me.
I ultimately just think that it depends on both of these finances.
Yeah,
you come together and talk about it. And there's no right or wrong way to approach it.
Take it as a blessing if a woman makes more money than you, man. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. That means she can take care of herself.
A lot of African men can't handle that, though. No. It becomes like it's like a logging heads and stuff like
whatever.
that.
I don't care, man. She can do whatever she wants with her money. But I did. We wish you all the best in the contest. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for coming. Very nice meeting you.
So 2 things before you go. So if you win, do you promise to come back?
Absolutely.
With your tiara, right?
There you go.
And your lace.
Absolutely. Right. The sash.
The sash.
I got you.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, lace. I'm not used to these terms.
You shouldn't know that.
So 2 more things. So there's always something that's called a Humble Prince exclusive. Tell the people something that they don't know about you. Give us an exclusive right now.
Wow. Something that most people don't know about me, I can greet in 12 languages.
Oh, wonderful. Give us 5 right now.
5, okay. In French.
Can you just greet or can you speak it? Can you say?
I'm learning a few, but I can definitely greet in 12.
So greet Humble Prince.
Okay.
In
Bonjour, comment allez-vous?
Oh,
that's French.
Je m'appelle Humble Prince.
Okay.
Your name is Humble Prince. Very good. In German, it would be Guten Tag, wie geht's?
BMW Humble Prince.
In Korean, it would be 안녕하세요.
Okay. Ni hao, Humble Prince.
Ni hao is actually Chinese Mandarin.
That's closer.
So you can't use that one again. Okay, just kidding.
In Japanese, konnichiwa. If I wanted to say my name is Ade, I would say watashi wa Ade this.
Oh, please don't say that. That just sounded wrong. One more.
I think he only sounded like that to you, though. But carry on, please.
Yeah.
And in Spanish, it could be "Hola, ¿cómo estás?"
Yes.
Todo
Yeah, we
bien,
know that
todos
one.
bien.
Yeah. Liqua Papi, Humble Prince, goddammit.
And then in Nigeria, Bawoni, what it do, honey?
Good. Fine, fantastic. So, one thing we like to do is if there's anybody who'd like to give a shout out or acknowledge besides me, for letting you come on the show, please go ahead.
Well, thank you so much first for having me. Thank you.
Have to. Well,
I
I didn't have
appreciate
you. I didn't have you yet, but we could.
Out of control. Out of control. Carry on, my love.
I'm so embarrassed.
No, you're good.
I definitely want to give a shout out to Joy. The
Joy,
director.
yeah. Round of applause for
Amazing.
Joy, man. She looks like she could be a contestant.
She is
She's
a beauty
beautiful,
queen.
yeah.
Yeah, I know she's done many in the
okay,
past.
good.
So,
Right.
to Gloria, who's also helping her with the pageant. She's been
Nice.
amazing, really instrumental in helping us get everything together. A shout out to all the girls, and a shout out to Miss Sokoto, who's coming after me because
Miss
she
Sokoto
is
coming up
a
right now.
friend. Yes, and shout out to all the other contestants.
Hey, you want to take the man upstairs? And your moms. Big shout out to your moms.
Yes.
Yeah, because you were trying to take pictures, taking selfies for your
Exactly.
mom. Yeah, it looks like you think about her. That's very sweet.
But I feel like those are implicit.
I know.
Yeah,
I agree.
definitely,
Yeah.
Yeah, too bad when a man comes up and he doesn't, if he forgets to thank his wife, he can't use that as an excuse.
No, that is not implicit. That's never implicit.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, I wish you success and
Thank you so much.
stay in touch. Come back.
Yes.
Right. We're gonna take a break real quick, and when we come back, I think we're gonna be joined by the musician, Mr. Socio-Ade. This guy's young and talented, man. I like this dude, man.
He really is.
Live with the Humble Prince on Sahara FM Radio. We'll be right back. Don't get up yet until we go off the air, because I don't want to. Good.